Today's the day. The insanity kicks up another notch. Morning, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. First up on today's agenda, get the seed tender hooked back up. Had to unhook it last night to go to town for an awards banquet. And it looked like it was going to rain, so I didn't want it rained on. So we're doing a slow start to silage. God dang, you get these things at the right weight and they ride so horrible. Just going down the road. We're doing kind of a slow start. What we're going to do is start on our pit, and then we got another neighbor that wants to do his stuff. So it'll be real short hauls, one machine type stuff. The plan is, Blanca's on the swather. Phil is back. If you remember Phil from last year, he's the merger man again. He was all excited, it sounds like, when Dale called him and asked him if he wanted to do it again. Bart is going to run a chopper. I'm assuming mine, because it's the one in there, and it's got the header that's ready to go. The other header needs a little loving. It's in rough shape. And then Glenn, Hector, and Aaron will be on semis. I will still be planting and spraying. Cameron's going to keep running tillage. Speaking of which, where is that finisher? Where did he leave it last night? Because it isn't there. And his pickup isn't there. Anyways, yeah, that's the plan. So I'm going to keep planting. Trying probably later today whenever I catch back up to Cameron again, depending on where he goes with the finisher. Get back down here, help with silage a little bit. It's just... this is when the chaos really kicks up a notch, because then your brain's spinning a million miles an hour because you're trying to organize silage and planting, and just give it 2 more weeks. It'll really kick up a notch when we start swathing a little bit of alfalfa. That's when things get interesting. So if you're new here, I believe the way we farm is best summed up by Vin Diesel in the original Fast and Furious. We live our life quarter circle at a time. Meaning, because of the way our irrigation system works, we farm our sprinklers in quarters instead of halves or fulls, like a lot of people do, where you have well water and you can control irrigation, stuff like that. I say that because I'm pointing out the fact that Cameron and I, it's a weird game of cat and mouse chasing each other. I'll gain on him one day, the next day he pulls way ahead of me, all based on the size of fields that we're planting. We do some halves, and I bring that up because right now all I got is 10 acres where I was and 30 acres right here, and then I'm caught up to him. He is 2 miles straight over. I can see the dust over in the trees, but he's working 60 acres there, meaning here in about 2 hours I'm not gonna have anywhere to go, because I'm not gonna put the planter and the finisher in the field at the same time. I want him to finish everything he needs to do before I pull into the field. If the wind dies down, that'll be perfect timing because I can get in the sprayer. If it doesn't die down, I'll get on the 4-wheel drive, get it hooked up to the VT, because with chopping starting, we are now into double crop season, which will work out good and bad for me in the planter, because bad, I don't get near as many breaks because I'm going to have 2 different types of tillage ahead of me, and between the 2 of them I'll never catch them. In other news, FieldView has me quite pissed off today and yesterday, because it's saying right here I'm in the north pivot, which is a pivot over there a good 1/4 mile away from me still. But because of some weird, last year we threw Cameron in the planter at random. He was scrambling to catch up tech wise. He could run this all day, that's not a problem. But trying to get his field view that he just installed to sync up with my field view was a freaking nightmare, to where he kind of just had to keep making his own fields, and then I would have to go in the computer and try and clean everything up. I took an afternoon about a month ago on a crappy day, just sat down on that computer on FieldView's website and fixed all the maps, fixed every last one. I get up here yesterday, that pivot's not in there, but this random grid all the way around this farm called the North Pivot is in there. It drives me nuts when you spend so much time trying to get everything straightened out, and then come crunch time, it doesn't want to work. That's aggravating. So now I gotta get on the computer again on a rainy day, which who in the hell knows when that's gonna happen, and see if I can straighten it out again. So, not even realizing it, this field is a great example of what I was just talking about, farming in quarters. As you can see, I got another quarter circle right there that's ready to go. But I'm stopping right here with only one. Why would I do that? Because of the way our water works. In 2 days, that's how long we get our irrigation water. You get it for 2 days. We got to be able to irrigate this up because it's never had water on it, as you can tell by the clods. The little north pivot I was just talking about, it's a little 5-tower half circle. It's got corn on a quarter circle of it. Never been irrigated, so it's got to get irrigated up. And we got baby hay on the other quarter that's going to need some water. We've got a very new and promising alfalfa stand right there that's only 1 year old. We want to keep pouring water to it, keep it alive. And the little wiper right over, where am I pointing? Right over there. It's got hay on it. We want to keep it going so we can have a good first cutting. So what we'll do is just plant this quarter now, and then a week from now, whenever the next run of water is about here, we'll come plant the other one. Because I looked on the website this morning. Our canal has its own website, so we can go see what water is where, how it's coming. Our head gate is up to like 450 cubic feet per second, and all of our lake water is turned off, which tells me the snowpack is starting to melt. The river is rising to where we get more allocation based on our water rights that go back over 100 years. With that water rising, that means runs are going to start coming quick. That's what we call it whenever we get a shot of water, or a run of water. So with that rising, the water is going to start coming faster, so then we can start planting all the other fields. But right now, we don't want to put seed in dry dirt, catch a stray thunderstorm where we get like a ½ an inch, enough to soak down, sprout it, and then it dies waiting on irrigation. Does that make sense? I really like the view from this field. 8:30, first field, done. Hey, I see Cameron over there. You see the dust flying? That's Cameron. Alright. Gotta fold this thing up just to go over there because I got a pivot and a tree and a road sign, because this farm has road signs. Long story. So, me, this tractor, and this pivot are in a bit of a feud since last year. So I need to check some while I'm right here by it. Pull up the circle track. I'm gonna say that's awful ways. So last year, when everyone was having GPS trouble because of Deere's new software, all of a sudden my pivot point shifted like over to the other side of the road after I started the field, but before I had went around it. I was just doing end rows, GPS glitched out, and I didn't catch it. Now you might be saying, why is that such a big deal? We've got some pretty bad tire tracks on this pivot, and every tire track out here had about 40 rows crossing it, which means to get an entire tire cut out took 4 passes, which meant 4 times semis had to cross them at a very sharp angle, which means you feel it even more. Yeah, so I'm gonna see if I can get this kind of straightened out, because according to this, each row is 40 feet, so it's saying it's 80 foot that away. I gotta fix that. In order to fix that, I go back into my guidance settings, hit edit. Method is latitude, longitude coordinates. So now I'm gonna get on my phone with AgSense and see if that's where the plot is online on my app for where that is. I gotta see if there's a difference there. If there is a difference, then I'm gonna have to delete this, change the method to driving, and then just go back out to the outside, line myself up as good as I can with that stop out there on the end, because that's the only track I can see, and then just drive all the way around, guessing my row, and then lining up with the outside tire. I'm hoping this is just wrong. I'm gonna check it out. Like I worried, the coordinates are way off. And you can reset your center point using the map on the app, because it knows your pivot dimensions. You can just kind of move the app around. But Google Maps does not seem to like this area at all. Because you bring it up and this pivot isn't even on there. And this pivot's been here for damn near 10 years. It'd be really close if it's not already 10 years. It'd be really close to it. So that tells you how often our Google images get updated. Which really sucks when you're trying to do stuff like on field view and draw in stuff and it's not there. Although it is weird because this one has it. Oh, it's Apple Maps. So the Apple Maps has it. The Google Maps does not. Way to go, Google. For the first time ever, Apple has done something better than you. Yeah, I'll take all the heat you got, iPhone guys. We all know Apple is just a 5-year-old Samsung. Sorry. 10 o'clock, I'm already out of places to plant. So what I'm gonna do, crap. I don't think it's gonna fit. My hope was everything that's in the tender could go in the planter, so that way I could reload the tender. Thoughts on the tender. So this is the third load I've had on it. I'm in love with everything about it. The scale, I forgot to switch which bin I was loading out of. The scale, it is awesome, but I think it will work much better for the drill where you're loading bulk. This, where you're doing like 50, 60 pounds at a time when you're trying to run it empty, it has trouble keeping up. I think if you're dealing with, you know, a couple 100 pounds at a time, it'll probably do better. So I just run in manual rather than auto. Either way, I'm gonna reload this. I'm gonna see what the breeze is doing. I don't know if you can see the trees kind of wiggling over there. It's supposed to die down a little bit better after lunch. I might wait to spray and just start getting the VT ready. Bart ain't wasting no time cranking out the... of course, crane trailers are in the way. There goes Beanchy with load number 2. The stuff ain't bad. So like I said earlier, we got Blanca in the swather, at least to start the season. Her truck's in, getting repaired, getting its annual inspection. Man, this field is actually pretty good for this year. Last year, this would have been a bad field. And back for season number 2 is Felipe, or Phil. Okay, harvest is rolling. Seed tender, I did get it empty, so I will throw 2 more pallets in. I gotta figure out what I want. But the wind has started to die down. So we're gonna get this guy going. I can do 1 load and be caught back up to myself, so let's do that. Open sesame. Sprayer's up and running. It's cooperating better than yesterday. Yesterday this L2 would not shut off when I told it to. And that can be very frustrating, especially on a field like this where I got baby hay right there, baby hay right there. Yeah. All right. 80 acres to go up here. Got done up at the other farm, came to this field to just run out, and I get a show. Swather and merger about got the second 30 knocked out. Wonder if they'll start another one after that. Now is when we gotta start thinking about our seed choices and what we want to put where. So this guy has no rootworm protection. The Agrigold, we got 1 of each. The DeKalb is fully treated. The Hodgmeyer has no treatment. See, there's the 5 empties. But I say that because we're starting to get into now the double crop stuff where you don't need the treatment. Basically, the treatment just adds cost. So if you don't need it, you don't want to put it on for nothing. So I'm gonna put wonder how long this is. Or I guess I could put in an Agri-Gold and the Hodgemeyer, or just put in both Agri-Golds right now and get rid of them. No, I don't want to do that because I don't want to confuse myself. So I'm going to put in an Agri-Gold that's treated and the Hodgemeyer that isn't treated. And that way I can differentiate easier. Yeah. Okay. Enough talking. Time for action. We're back to planting. So I got moved over here where Cameron was at this morning. 8 acres in. It'll be about 60 in total. Time is it? 3 o'clock, just shy of. Rain's supposed to start about 5-ish. I haven't looked at radar to see if anything's building yet. I'm hoping, it's a big ask, that I can get this sprayed. The wind stays fairly calm like it is now. I mean, we got a breeze, but not bad. To where I can load up the sprayer, get the pre-emerge put on this, and finish the field I was at over there by where they're chopping. And then we'll have all the ground planted and sprayed that's been worked. Cameron from here went about 4 miles that direction. Got started, and then had to go take over running the swather because we had to shuffle some people around. So this is the only field that's ready. He got a start on that one. I don't know how much he got done. See how it goes. Cameron just brought the tender. We reloaded, new seed. All I got to do is the inside 2 towers. 5 acres. That's all I lacked. Never watched Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's a good one. Okay. Fold it up. Let's get the hell out of here. We got rain to the south, moving south. We got rain to the west. Right now it's going to miss us to the west. So I'm going to chance it to see if I can up the odds of rain. I could go load up the sprayer and haul ass and hope I can get it done before the rain. I'm going to leave it till tomorrow. See if I can't make it rain. Didn't work last night, so it probably won't work tonight either, but... Oh, you son of a bitch. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, which is I think is the only place I posted it, that started doing a regen the other night at 11 o'clock when I was parking. And that thing went for 45 minutes. 40. Alright, I gotta go. There's a car coming. Yeah, I'm interested to see how long this takes. So if you've never been around diesel engines, it's doing what they call a regen cycle. It has to do with the emissions and burning the particulates out of the filter that it catches, which to me, I'm always like, so that's there to catch emissions stuff. And now we're just gonna make it super, super hot inside that exhaust and burn all that stuff out. That sounds an awful lot like just letting it out to begin with. I don't know. I don't understand it all. All I know is I just got a call from our Zematic dealer that farms 40 miles west of us. And he said, be ready for hail. And I go, well, the way it's going right now, we're going to miss it all anyway. So we'll see. A couple more miles to go yet. Well, that didn't work. 7 o'clock. We're getting sprinkles. The storm is decent, but it's moving southeast, meaning we're going to catch right there where you can see the sun coming through real nice. That's what we're going to catch. Oh well, let us keep moving. We got a plan for tomorrow. Get a little irrigation water turning on tomorrow. Both choppers ran today, so their basic functions work. We've got some issues with each of them to work out. Still need to get the manure spreader unhooked, but
Damn, we need rain. Alright, guys. Catch you in the next one.